guys, it's me, dethstalker 711 with another commentary for you. This time it's on IGN's review of Aliens Colonial Marines.
It's bullshit.
You just can skip a bit, just so you know.
Unfortunately, after some 6 years in development, the task of making a great Aliens game has clearly proven too difficult for the house that built Borderlands.
That alien screaming in the background expresses just how I feel about this review so far.
Check out what happens if you empty an ammo clip into the space jockey's head.
That was kinda funny.
It's a shame that the console versions of the game suffer from a severe lack of optimization. Low-resolution textures, screen tearing, and last-generation particle effects make for a game that lags behind the rest of the pack from a visual standpoint. It's not unplayably bad, but it's certainly below par.
That's not evil, that's Tourette syndrome! Come on, you gotta have some logic!
Remember when IGN said PC version? Actually, this picture shows an X button from an Xbox 360 controller. Morons! You dirty fucking morons! Trying to describe the console version when you're showing pictures from the PC version. But it's actually coming from a console version.
Are you out of your damn mind?
We all ought to be asking the same fucking question of the idiots who did this review. Morons!
So, Aliens Colonial Marines works great as an interactive science fiction museum, but unfortunately as a first-person shooter it doesn't fare quite so well. A big part of the reason is that it fails to create any kind of tension or evoke any sense of dread.
Bug fixes, you morons! Ever heard of them?
This is partly because the game shuns modern FPS convention by allowing you to carry a dozen or so overpowered weapons at once.
So what? These aliens scare you good and plenty, even with a shit ton of weapons to choose from.
According to Gearbox, Colonial Marines is meant to answer the question of what happened to Corporal Hicks and the colony of Hadley's Hope after the events of the Aliens film. Sadly, the answer to that question appears to be somewhat of an indifferent shrug.
Well, why do you know? Some story continuation DLCs in the pipeline for that much.
Escape is the pick of these modes. It's essentially a Left 4 Dead style survival mode that hustles you from point A to point B, but criminally only 2 maps have been included for it, so it gets old pretty fast.
DLC! DLC! Ever heard of it?
Aliens Colonial Marines looks like Aliens and sounds like Aliens, but unfortunately it just doesn't feel like Aliens. Instead, it feels indistinguishable from almost every shooter you've played in the past 20 years. Worse still, PS3 and 360 owners are forced to endure some truly shocking graphical glitches that put a dampener on an already average experience. There are some feelings of nostalgia to be enjoyed, but it soon wears off and all that is left is some bog-standard run-and-gun action that brings little new to the FPS table. Colonial Marines has definitely been crafted with love for the Aliens franchise. It just needed a lot more imagination and polish. For more on Aliens Colonial Marines, point your motion tracker at IGN.com.
Okay, now for the final thoughts after having survived this torture chamber known as watching this video. Let's face it, IGN sucks! Period!